Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology. So in the past two videos, I have shared that we can use our modern tools, the Isochain, to help our training, help our 1850s training. You want the snake engine, you got it. You want your fudging, your 7 balls handling, you got it. In dynamic, no longer standing down there and thinking, oh, this is the structure, this is the mind power, where we really don't know what is the result. And we have no way to improve it. So with the Isochain, in one way, we can use it as a feedback tools to check our neuromuscular connectivity and synergy when we doing a certain move or certain techniques. And also we can use that to check our blind spot. Because if we have blind spot at high speed, that blind spot, that area which is do not have proper neuromuscular connectivity will break. And if it's too many disconnectivity, that means one couldn't even do in the high speed. Say if I keeping standing in the stand to do some kinds of techniques, and I have no idea on this, I have no feedback, do not know or aware of my body, there's no way I can perform in high speed. Okay? Now, on the other hand, we can progressively increase the strength or develop the strength or develop the muscular endurance, which is a must if you want to use it in martial arts. Say if you do a Xiulin Tao this way, you expect to have a mind power. How much strength do you have? How much muscular endurance do you have? Believe doing as long as after you're doing a long time, you'll get the magic chi, mind power. Forget about it. Those kind of thing is called flying blind, and we don't even know about it. How are we going to sense other people? Yeah, Wing Chun is about sensing. How are we going to sense other people when we have all kinds of blind spots in the body? So that's why Isochain is really critical now. Now, with Isochain, we have already surpassed even 1850 in terms of training, in terms of effective, efficient training and avoiding injury, because we know how we can do it progressively. Like in my book, The Resurrecting Wing Chun, I talk about the progressive training, which is in 1850. Now we can even, with the tools, implement the progressive training better than 1850s, because in the old time, you need the Sifu to look at you. Oh, this joint is not proper, that joint is not proper, and then we're going to change it. Now, even whether we got it or not, we don't know. Sometimes the Sifu gets so fed up, say, okay, fine, you just do whatever you want. With the Isochain, we know we cannot do this. There's some blind spot there. There's some disconnectivity there. There's no synergy there. We know that. So what you train in one day can equivalent to 30 years if you have no idea what is going on. Okay? So again, this got nothing to do with detach. Somebody said, this is detached, this fudging. Forget about it. You want neuromuscular connectivity to recruit your muscle, the entire body, in order to do the snake engine. It is the engine because you need to develop that capability in your body. So today, I'm going to share with you more on this using of Isochain in the Wing Chun and traditional Chinese martial arts. Get even more dynamic. We know that in the development of Wing Chun or even other martial arts or even the Chinese wrestling, we use the pole or rod like this one. We use it to develop the strength of the body. Okay? Now, I'm not make up this thing, okay? As usual, I want to share with you. This is a Chinese wrestling book. And this is the rod Chinese wrestlers use for training. There are many ways of using the rod for training. So, traditional Chinese martial art is not what people think today. Oh, Fa Jing, doing things slowly. And also it's not those fake traditional Chinese martial art which Xi Xiaodong disclose or expose. The real deal is like all this book have recorded, it's just people don't read it. So, yesterday I used this strap, this non-flexible 700-pound strap with the Isochain. Today I'm going to use this heavy bungee. Okay? And be careful if you guys are using the Isochain. You see how I connect it? Be it with the bungee or the strap, you better connect it that way so that you don't screw up your this hook here. Okay? So you'll be able to move. Okay? Now, so let's see what can we do using this bungee. Okay, now let's power up this thing. So set up in the loop, in the loading, under loading. You see, if I pull like this, it doesn't give me the beat. But when I do this, see, the minutes I don't use them as much strength, you don't hear that beat. So I can do as what I showed you before. Okay? So, with this, I can do dynamic training with a feedback and progressive. And yesterday's strap do not allow me to get this dynamic like today. With today's bungee, see, I can check my blind spot. And it's more flexibility. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. It is 2020. We don't want to just keeping calling 内功, Jing. Can the body do it? Can it be done or not? You want to Fa Jing? Do you have that connectivity, neuromuscular synergy and connectivity? Power up. You want to do real deal? Do you have the muscular endurance? So only you have that, you can thrust forward. You can really attack with the momentum, handling the momentum. So with these tools today, we move one step forward. What is thought or believed in you need a long time to develop is not the case today anymore. Thus, it's very simple. This thing focus out in the Shulin Tao. What is that? Is that really that this have internal power doing this? No. This is just an example in today's language to show that one need to practice to develop the neuromuscular connectivity, neuromuscular synergy, efficiency, so that at every move, mind and body is one piece. Not just this, everything in the Shulin Tao sets need to follow this principle, need to develop this type of Kung Fu. Okay? It's not about spine power, this power. Look, we need to follow the science and not somebody's opinion. I can tell you today, lifting anus, getting your spine, I can do this to you. But in the reality, be able to handle this is a simulations for the real deal. And also with this bungee cord here, you see it is more than that pole already. This pole have no bungee cord, no string and all kinds of stuff. So when I move this, I have no idea, is this just a dance or is just a move? How much strength I have here? How much really body connectivity I have? To move this, it is a different story. I can move here. You don't hear me beep. I can move here. So, finally, as the Alice in Wonderland, he said that, total, this is not Kansas anymore. We are not in Kansas anymore. Sir, it is 2020. You don't have this, you don't live in reality of today's sports and MMA and Western boxing, BJJ, Kyokushin, Thai boxing. You don't live there. You live in some kinds of movie.